Today's guest is Justin Davis. Justin Davis started in 2019. He hit 7 figures in his first 24 months. He's completed over 30 flips in premier Houston neighborhoods, with most selling over $1 million. And now he specializes in luxury new construction, currently doing construction projects ranging from $1.75 million to $3 million. How did you get to this point, man?
So I grew up with a single mom, pretty unspectacular upbringing. Was never involved in activities, never did anything, never went to restaurants, never went on vacations, never played sports, never did anything. I then ended up being in corporate for 17 years. And then what's crazy is I actually lost my job, like out of nowhere. I was like devastated. I never lost a job. It was such a struggle. I mean, so many sleepless nights, so many problems, so many challenges. And the contractor that was doing the work was like, you need to start flipping houses.
He told you that?
Yeah. He was like,
so that's how you got started. It's a random guy telling you should flip houses.
So then he took me around to all of his projects. He was working on as a contractor for other investors, and I was just like, I was hooked. It just changed the game. I started working when I was 15. So from 15 to 39, that's 24 years. I made way more in the last 5 years than I made in the first 24 years of working.
Today I had the good pleasure of interviewing Justin Davis. He is a new construction builder who's got an amazing story. He transitioned from corporate America at the age of 40 years old. He went right into real estate. He made 7 figures in his first 24 months of doing business. And I think one of the most important things about Justin's story is his ability to continue improving and going to the next level. Right now, he's doing new construction homes. He's got 5 projects. I believe he said his exit will be about 12 to 13 million. The cost will probably be around 8. So an amazing amount of profit. And the only thing that changed from him making more money was just mindset and getting pushed by the right coach, the right mentor. And so I think everyone's going to really enjoy listening to this podcast, and I can't wait for you to hear it. As always, give me feedback. And if you know anyone else that would be a great guest for this podcast, I'd love to have them on there. Thank you so much. Welcome to another episode of Pick Up the Phone podcast. My name is Josue Llanas. I'm your host. I am the CEO of Vancom. We specialize in marketing, sales, and artificial intelligence. Today's guest is Justin Davis. Justin Davis started in 2019. He hit 7 figures in his first 24 months. He's completed over 30 flips in premier Houston neighborhoods, with most selling over $1 million. And now he specializes in luxury new construction, currently doing construction projects ranging from $1.75 million to $3 million. You've got how many of these right now, Justin?
5 projects.
5 projects.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
So that's a heck of an introduction, I'd say, Justin. We're going to unpack all of that. I'm really excited to talk about everything. But how did you get to this point, man?
Oh, man. Well, I would love to just say, hey, I'm just so smart and I work hard and all that stuff. But, I mean, it's really been a God story. So in 2019, I'd been watching HGTV all the time.
Yeah.
Like I was watching every show that there was.
Right.
Flip or Flop, whatever, Fixer Up, everything that was on that network. And obviously I had some type of interest in real estate and houses, but I didn't know I was going to be involved in it professionally.
Right.
Anyway, I actually had 1 rental, and I had it for 11 years, and I just wanted to be done with it. All my renters sucked. I had 6 renters in that 11-year period. They all paid late, ruined the house, had pets, painted stuff.
Wow.
Just terrible. But a friend of mine told me, hey, this is a long-term investment, stick with it. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad that I took that advice because I sold that house in the beginning of 2019. I had like 100-some thousand in proceeds, which at the time was like a grip for me. That was a lot of money.
Yeah. And I really love your story. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
Dude, I love your story. We were just here having full-blown conversation about everything that you've done in your life. So I want to give people the full range of who Justin Davis is, right? So let's start at the beginning, right?
Cool.
You were in corporate America. How long were you in corporate America for?
Well, actually, we can go before that. Because before that, we'll take 10 seconds.
Yeah, come on.
So I grew up with a single mom, pretty unspectacular upbringing.
Really?
I literally, just me and my brother, we would come home from school and watch TV.
Yeah.
Every day. That's it.
Right.
Was never involved in activities, never did anything, never went to restaurants, never went on vacations, never played sports, never did anything.
Wow.
That was it. My mom had several jobs, and that was my life.
Wow.
But I didn't know anything different. It's not like I was like missing something. That was our life.
Right. Very, very humble beginnings.
Yeah, so then I started working at a restaurant in college called Perry Steakhouse, where I was first exposed to like, people that are doing well.
Yeah.
I remember people coming in like just on Monday night with their kids and spend like $1,000, and it was like,
Nothing.
yeah, it wasn't like homecoming or something. It was just their life.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, there's people out there really getting it.
Yeah.
And I worked there for 4 years, and many of those clients kind of took me under their wing, so much so that when I was approaching graduation, several of them offered me jobs. And one of them, a gentleman named Bob Potter, was the CEO of FMC Technologies, like a big global, company.
Mm-hmm.
And he set me up. He got me a job. And he moved me to California, and that was it. So
Where you were born?
in Houston. I lived in Houston my whole life.
Okay. So
I lived in California only for that 1 year.
okay, got it.
So the job was in California.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was probably searching for something for a guy that had no experience. I was just a waiter.
Yeah.
But he hooked it up, and I owe him a lot for that. Anyway, so I went to California, and then I got an opportunity to come back to Houston to do a different job.
Mm-hmm.
So I came back, and these were all sales jobs, business development jobs,
Mm-hmm.
and that was that. So I then ended up being in corporate America for 17 years.
17 years.
I worked for 8 companies. So
Yeah.
I was pretty much jumping every 2 years.
Yeah.
You know,
How'd you get started in real estate?
so in 2019, I had a rental house.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like a rental house that I bought as a rental. I actually lived in the house from 2005 to 2008.
Yeah.
And then I tried to sell it in 2008, couldn't sell it. So then I put renters in it. So from 2008 to 2019, I had renters. So I had 6 different renters in that 11-year period.
6.
6 different renters.
Got it.
And they were all, pretty terrible.
Yeah.
Every month late, always had stories. And I needed their money to pay my mortgage.
Right.
So like it was a problem.
Yeah.
And my mom would always call and she's like, oh, they're not cutting the grass. And I'm like, I don't care. I just want to get the rent.
Right.
So anyway, so that was a struggle, but it was it worked out because when I sold the house, I got, like that 6-figure exit, from having the loan almost paid off and,
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff and the appreciation on the house. And I was like, okay, I need to do something with this. And at that time, I had like $75,000 in student loans,
Oh, wow.
which is crazy because I just went to stay in Houston. It's not like I went to Harvard.
Yeah.
I just was really stupid about how much money I took out.
Yeah.
So I never felt like I was successful because I had these student loans. So it's like, I'm just going to pay off the student loans. And then I was like, let me wait. So then I started getting a covered patio built on our house. And the contractor that was doing the work was like, you need to start flipping houses.
He told you that.
Yeah. He was like,
So that's how you got started.
and I was like,
Just a random guy telling you.
Yeah.
You should flip houses.
so then he took me around to all of his projects that he was working on as a contractor
Yeah.
for other investors. And I was just like, I was hooked. Like I'm looking at these old houses I've seen.
How did that conversation start? Like, why would he insinuate for you to?
Because the more clients he has, the more jobs he has. He's a contractor.
So he made a new client.
Yeah,
The guy's smart.
he was pitching.
Yeah.
And he
That's
took
hilarious,
me at
bro.
least 5 houses that day.
Yeah.
That he was working on that were not owned by him. He was hired to do work on,
Mm-hmm.
and they were all flips. And that was it. And I was hooked. So I was like doing everything I could do. I was telling everybody I know I need to buy a house. And every neighborhood people I knew that lived in houses or neighborhoods that were in transition.
And at this time, let me try to understand like the timeline here. So you're still in corporate America.
For sure.
You're how old at this time?
39.
You're 39. So you've worked in corporate America all your life, and I think you said that you got married at 33 with your wife.
34.
34 with your wife. So now you're married. You're having kids. You're going to corporate America. You have to provide. And so this random guy comes into your life, says, "Start flipping."
Correct.
And you're like, "Okay."
It's pretty crazy.
And you had just sold a rental house, right? And you have $100,000 proceeds from that. So you have maybe like what 100 and some thousand in the bank. You're ready to get going now at this point, right?
Yep.
So now you start texting people. What happens next?
Yeah, so out of nowhere, there's a listing that comes up in our neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And our neighborhood was an old neighborhood.
Yeah.
It was a neighborhood where young families were moving into it, but most of the current residents were old people.
Got it. What part of town was it?
Spring Branch.
Spring Branch.
So most of the houses are old and distressed and untouched.
Yeah.
It's like your great grandmother's house.
Right.
But then there's young families coming in and buying these flips.
Right. Beautiful houses.
Yeah, that are totally redone.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. One came up and it was $245,000. I'll never forget it. And a friend of mine that set me up with a hard money lender.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to borrow almost all the money.
Really.
I got my loan was for $330,000.
Mm-hmm.
So I got not only the money to buy the house, but also the money to do the renovation. I think at the time it was like an $80,000 renovation, which is crazy because now I'm spending, comparably, I'd spend 200 some thousand probably renovating a house like that now. But
Yeah.
anyway, so then I sold it, and then I made $46,000,
Your first flip.
and I only owned the house for 4 months. I owned it from May 29th, 2019 until October 1st of 2019.
Got it. $40,000 in 4 months.
And it was like,
10 grand a month.
it was like, I was like, this is insane.
Yeah.
So
First flip.
that was it. And that was also the first dollar I made in my entire life that wasn't in a paycheck.
How did that feel?
It just changed the game.
Yeah.
I had a job, and I would go to work, and I was looking around, and I was just like, why am I doing this? Like, how have I done this?
It's like that. As soon as you make your first dollar outside of a job, it just like the shackles just
For sure.
get broken immediately.
And then what's crazy is I actually lost my job, like out of nowhere. I just taken on this big job, this international sales job, and I was going to Europe every month, and all the stuff that I thought was amazing.
Yeah.
Like flying first class. But I just felt like lost in the company.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't connecting with anybody. Like I just, like on paper it was like a dream job, but I just hated it.
Really.
Anyway, and then they fired me out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I was like devastated.
Yeah.
I never lost a job, and I needed a job. I was married. We had 2 kids at the time, and my wife, doesn't work. And it was like, this is a problem.
Right.
But I'm so glad that happened, because it made me realize that they weren't for me, and you have to figure it out on your own.
Right.
So I got another job, thank God. And, it paid me, more than that job. But then COVID happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't have to work anymore.
Right.
Because I was a salesperson, and you couldn't sell.
Right.
Our stuff was face to face, and nobody was in their offices.
What was your salary at the time?
188,000.
188,000.
188.
Yeah. And you're just chilling at home.
Yep.
Not doing anything.
And the company was really adamant about they're not going to let anybody go.
Really?
It was a private company. It was global, owned by one person though.
Yeah.
And he was just a good guy, and yeah. So I was just doing real estate.
Yeah.
So
it was perfect timing for you then. Everything kind of lined up perfectly.
yeah. So it started off kind of slow. I started that company in 2019. I did 2 flips in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So not enough to replace my income. 2020, I did 3 houses, but it wasn't smooth. One of the houses I lost money on. Another house we actually had to move into.
Mm-hmm.
But then my 5th house in 2020, that was like, okay, it's going. And I remember
What happened?
You and I were talking before, and you talked about moments where maybe your tears might have been coming out of your face.
Yeah.
When the guy called me, I was driving on Beltway 8 by the race park. And
Yeah.
The guy called, was like, we're going to put in an offer. And like, I just couldn't I just was overwhelmed because it was so hard.
Yeah.
Like I had so many ups and downs
Yeah.
from flip 1 to flip 5.
Mm-hmm.
It was such a struggle. I mean, so many sleepless nights, so many problems, so many challenges. City of Houston, red tags, contractors walking out, getting sued, like all these crazy things happened to me.
Right.
So it wasn't smooth.
Yeah.
Having a job you think you're going to lose, because it's COVID, and you don't know what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
All these things, and then that was it. Then I was hooked. So at the beginning of 2021.
So what happened right here in 2020? You had let's talk about this life-changing moment, because I feel like that's, the listeners that are going to be listening to this, they're going to want to hear these moments of clarity that we have in life, right? Where it's like something just happens, right? Something clicks, and it's that defining moment where you're like, okay, this is the next stage of my life. This is where I'm going to step into now, right?
That's a great observation, and also reframing this way, because that's a good time for me to think about that. So I think at that moment, what overcame me and why I was so emotional and why the tears were flowing is because I felt like it was hard for me.
Yeah.
And I would see other flips sell fast, and my last 2 weren't like that. My 3rd one I lost money on, and my 4th one didn't sell. We had to move into it.
Right.
And I thought they were great houses.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, why is it not happening for me?
Right.
And I was like, and it's all my money. It's not like I'm using part of my money. I'm using all my money.
Yeah.
So it's like, why isn't it happening for me?
Yeah.
So then when it happened on my 5th flip, not only did it like confirm, it gave me confidence, but it was like I was so grateful because it had been so hard before.
Mm-hmm.
And
I feel like, in life, whenever, I think like people that are successful, right, that grew up with nothing, I think it becomes a lot more meaningful whenever you have to struggle through it, right?
For sure.
Like the highs are not as high when you haven't had those lows, right? When you've struggled, when you've gone through it, then you step into this new stage of life where you're blessed and you have all of this, opulence, and you have luxuries now. and it just makes you a lot more grateful for everything that you have,
100%.
right? And in these moments, we spoke about it earlier. When I got my first wholesale check and I made $20,000, and I thought it was life changing back then, right? And to this day, I still remember that first paycheck, and I'm like it's the best money I've ever made in my life, man. It's just going from like a salary job to getting now a check. It's wonderful feeling. I think it's something that I hope that everyone that's listening to this searches for, and I hope that everyone in the world can get this. I think it's an amazing life that we're able to live. So what happened after this? Can you talk about this deal that changed your life?
Yeah, so in that one, it was my fifth flip. I actually made $55,000. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
And that was kind of it. But I hadn't yet replaced my income.
Yeah.
I had the salary, it was 188.
So what was life changing about it? I thought this was the $200,000 deal that you.
No, so that was the fourth house. That was the one I moved into.
Okay, got it.
So I bought that house in Feb. So I guess we'll just do a little run through. So my first flip was in 2019. My second flip was in 2019. My third flip in 2020, at the beginning of the year, I listed it and then ended up losing money. I sold it, but lost $13,000.
Okay.
My fourth flip was a house I had bought in February that year, listed it in June or July, couldn't sell it, moved into it in August.
And then but you sold it a year later.
Correct.
For $200K more profit.
So I had it listed for like $899, couldn't sell it, and then we moved into it, and then the next year.
Where was it at? What part of town? Still?
Memorial.
Okay.
Right by Memorial City Mall.
Got it.
And because I'm an agent, well, I guess that's worth sharing. I'm also a real estate agent, so I list all my own deals.
Oh, nice.
So I remember I had flipped a house in Timber Grove, and I was talking to the agent, and she was like, "Oh, I have clients in Memorial." I was like, "Oh, I live in Memorial." She's like, "Where do you live in Memorial?" I was like, "Oh, by the hospital." She's like, "Where by the hospital?" I was like, "Oh, in Barry Knoll." She's like, "What's your house look like?" I was always fully renovated.
Yeah.
I just listed it last year. I sent her the picture. She's like, "Can we go look at it?" And I was like, "Okay, whatever." So I called my wife, and I remember I was like, "Hey, babe, don't do anything."
Yeah.
She's home with kids. Like, I'm just like, don't do anything. Do not pick up anything. These people who come look at the house, don't do anything.
Yeah.
So they came by the house, walked around. I remember I was there, and I was like, "Do you want to walk around or you just do your thing?" She's like, "We'll just do our thing." And then I was just like, "Okay, whatever." And then they left, and then that was it. I just never even thought about it again.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember we were going to a date a couple nights later with some friends, and my wife's getting ready. I'm looking at my wife in the bathroom, laying on the bed, looking at my phone. And in my inbox is an offer for $1 million. I tried to sell this house for $899 a year ago.
Yeah.
And I get an offer. The agent did not call me. She did not give me a heads up. She just has $1 million offer.
Just sent the offer.
And I was just like,
what the heck?
I couldn't even talk. I was just like, and then I told my wife, I was like, what is this? So we go to dinner. We're talking to people at dinner. And those people that were at dinner were real estate investors. And they were just like, "Oh, that's amazing. You got to take this deal. It's crazy."
Yeah.
And I just was so overwhelmed at like what God did in that, because it was like this horrible, stressful thing that we were in, having to move into this house, and then it became like this ultimate blessing.
Right.
And it sold for more than I ever could have imagined.
Right.
So
off market too.
Yeah. So then we start looking at other houses, and we're like, okay, actually we can't find anything.
Yeah.
We were bougie now. We were Memorial. So I was like, how can we get something else like this?
Right.
And we couldn't find anything, so we actually declined. And I was like, I can't believe I'm declining this offer, but we can't find something comparable.
Yeah.
Which is so crazy to think about.
Yeah.
That was when real estate really was taking off, as far as valuations go. And then I was at City Center doing something for my job.
Right.
Taking some client to some lunch or something.
Right.
And on the way home, I stopped at one of those like fancy apartments, and I was like, "Hey, do you have short-term leases?" They go, "Yeah." I go, "Really?" Because I was like looking for houses, and they were like 1 year lease. I was like, "I don't want to commit to a year."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Yeah, we had 3 months." And I was like, "Do you have anything available?" She's like, "I don't think so." Actually, we do. Let me go show you. So I showed it, and I was like, "This is crazy." So I go home immediately, and everything is right by my house. So I was home within minutes, and I was like, "Hey, babe, get the kids. We're going to this place." And the kids were just hyped.
Yeah.
At the time, I guess they were, I don't know, 2 and 4 or something. Anyway, they were just like, "This is amazing." It was like a hotel. It was one of those, really fancy hotels, indoor entrances and all that stuff. And it was pool and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And they were just like all about it. So that was my biggest concern.
Right.
My wife was like, "I don't want to do this, but I will do it."
Yeah.
So we moved in, and then
so you could sell the house, right?
Correct.
Right.
And then we figured it out. And then ultimately during that time of living there, we found our dream house. I fully renovated it, and then we live in that house now.
Nice.
And that house was another ridiculous blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
So the house had been on the market for over 100 days in 2020, which I'm sorry, in 2020, 2021, which was, the biggest real estate market of all time.
Yeah, it's unheard of for a house to sit on the market that long.
And
Was the price wrong? What was wrong with it?
it was built in 1990. It was a weird house. It was a 3-bedroom, 4,000 square foot house with a 6-car garage,
What?
which is weird.
3,000 and only 3 bedrooms?
It was 4,000 square feet.
Four
Yeah, it
4,000.
was 3946 square feet, 3 bedrooms all up, and a 6-car garage.
That's crazy.
It's just a weird house. Like,
Yeah.
who's the person buying that?
Yeah.
It's not really meeting a lot of people's needs.
Who built this?
So I learned from all the neighbors because, they all, most of the neighbors are original neighbors from, 1990. It was an attorney. He never married, never had kids, and he was like a car enthusiast. So he had a bunch of hot rods and stuff.
Right.
So I started connecting with the agent, and I wasn't really sure about it because at that time I hadn't flipped a house like that. I hadn't renovated a house that size, and I was like not confident that I could do it.
Yeah.
But I was making a lot of money that year. I made over $1 million in 2021, so I had all this cash,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah. How much cash were you sitting on at the time?
I think I had like 900 and something in my checking account,
Mm-hmm.
and that's with 4 or 5 projects
Yeah.
still still out there.
Yeah.
So that's a good question because at the time, talking about real estate valuations, the max conventional loan was $548,000.
The max what?
The max conventional loan was $548,000 in 2021. Now it's like $800,000.
Yeah.
So I remember I wanted to be in a conventional loan because I could close faster, and I thought I was gonna lose my job.
Mm-hmm.
So I put down the house. So the house was listed for $1 million, but I got it down to like $850, and then ultimately I got it down to $815.
Nice.
So I put down like almost $300,000 to make it conventional, right? And then I spent $400,000 on the renovation, and then the house is worth over $2 million now.
Wow.
So I made over $1 million. So my basis on the house is 1.215. I bought it for $815. I put 400, so 1.215. Now it's worth $2.4 million.
Beautiful. And that's your primary residence?
That's where we live now.
Yeah. Beautiful.
And so now, so we converted 3 of the cars, garages to interior.
Okay.
So now the house is a 5-bedroom, 5,500 square foot house
Wow.
with a gym and office.
Jeez.
We're actually building a pool right now.
Oh, yeah.
So the pool will be done hopefully next week.
Yeah. Got a little mega mansion there.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. I love
and
it.
it's all real estate investing.
Yeah, that's all it is.
And for me, I went from zero to just pop.
Right.
It wasn't like a 10-year thing.
Right. Right. I feel like, a lot of people think that, it has to take a long time, but it can be in such a short period of time. You did it in 24 months, right?
Yep.
And so, but I also think that it comes when you're ready. It comes when you're prepared to receive it, when you're prepared to take action, because you didn't hesitate. Someone came and told you, hey, you should flip houses. And you're like, okay.
Yep. Immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Within 2 weeks from that conversation, I bought my first
Right,
flip house.
right. And then like someone makes an offer on your house and you're like, let's go move into an apartment.
Yep.
Done.
My
What's
second
next?
flip was my neighbor. So I bought the house behind me. We lived in a house when I was doing my first flip house, and the house behind us, I'm sorry, when I was building, this is crazy. All right.
Just had a little epiphany here.
Yes. Okay. So I'm flipping my first house.
Mhm.
That's, by the way, in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
I'm getting that covered patio built.
Mhm.
The contractor's he's like, hey, you need a new fence. So I decided to redo the fence. We never met our back neighbors, ever.
Yeah.
Because it was like one of those long streets where you would never, you have to go way down the street to
Yeah.
even be on their street. I
Right.
don't think I was even really ever on their street. Anyway, so because of that, we're gonna take the fence down. I'm gonna go say hi and tell them, hey, the fence is gonna be down. If you have a dog or something, whatever.
Mhm.
Go over there. The lady answers the door. She has a little daughter. I have a little daughter. I was like, hey, I'm taking the fence down. By the way, I have a little daughter. Whatever. So I start playing.
Yeah.
And then they were friends for a week or two.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is amazing because we never had a friend in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
All of our friends were from, church and other places.
Right.
So I then texted her. I was like, hey, we should do a gate. That way we can just go back and forth between each other's yards.
Yeah.
Now that they're homies and
Yeah.
they're friends. And
Yeah.
instead of driving
Yeah.
to kick it. Anyway, so she's like, you know what? Don't do the gate.
Mhm.
We're actually going to move.
Yeah.
My husband took a job somewhere else.
Right.
And I don't know why I did this, but I just literally, I don't know anything about their house. I don't know if it was nice. I don't know anything about it. I just go, I'm sorry to hear that. Can I buy your house? I don't know how I could. I don't know how I could afford it because I needed a loan.
Yeah.
And this is only my second flip. You know,
Yeah.
I don't have that kind of money. Because one thing else to share is after I did my first flip, I wrote a check for $75,000 to pay off my student loans.
Wow.
So basically, everything I made plus a little bit of reserves I had, I don't want to have this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just reinvesting it, I just don't want to have this weight on me.
Right.
Because I was 40 years old almost at that time, and I was still paying college loans from when I graduated when I was 22.
Wow.
Actually, I graduated when I was 24, but anyway. So that was my second flip, and that just shows like, and then of course she said, well, not of course, but she said yes,
Yeah.
and it was like,
Everything just kind of like.
but what if I wouldn't have asked?
Right.
You know, and I didn't even know, and then I called the bank, and they were like, yeah, let's do it. The numbers make
Yeah.
sense.
Close mouths don't get fed.
Right.
You know.
And so my first flip, I think I put down $8,000. On my second flip, I think I put down like 70,000.
$70K on your second flip.
Because, and I don't know how nuanced we want to get, but like with the hard money loan, the bank will typically let you borrow 75% of the ARV.
Right.
So depending on what you purchased it for and what the renovation budget is, dictates how much you have to put down or not. You know what I'm saying? So like on the first house, the cost of the house and the cost of renovation happened to be less than 75%.
Mm-hmm.
But on the second house, like the purchase price was like 305, the renovation was like 100, but the ARV was like 450.
Mm.
So they only let me borrow 375,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to make up the difference.
Wait. So the ARV was 350.
450.
450. Got it. 450, and you're all in at what cost?
405.
There's not a big spread there, huh?
Well, right, but I was a baby flipper,
Right. Okay. Got it.
so I was like content to make 30, 40 grand.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
got it.
at that time, that was
Yeah.
like the grip. You know,
Yeah.
I was like happy to.
And then you're the agent, so you didn't have to pay
Correct.
any agent fees or anything
Well,
like that. Yeah.
Nope, that's not true. So a friend of mine who was a real estate agent texted me in 2019. He was like, "Hey, you should become a real estate agent."
Mm-hmm.
And I had hired agents on my first two flips,
Right.
and I was like, "You know what? Okay, let me
Oh,
do
so you
it."
did pay agent fees.
Yeah, I did my
Got it.
first two houses.
Yeah.
So then I remember I had a job. It was 2019. I took 2 weeks off, obviously, like most people do.
Yeah.
And I just grinded on the computer and did my license in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I was licensed at, the 1st of January of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So since I've done all my own deals, but before that I had an agent.
Got it.
But that's another way I've made over $1 million.
What do you mean another way?
So that license cost me, I think it was $249
Yeah.
to get that online.
Mm-hmm.
The aggregate value of all the homes that I've done is over $30 million.
Mm-hmm.
I've never paid a listing agent. 3% of $30 million is $900,000.
Yeah.
So I've saved or earned $900,000 just in listing fees.
Right.
I also bought the houses with
Yeah.
no agent.
Right.
So whatever that is, that's another several $100,000.
Yeah.
So from a $249 investment.
Yeah. What a great ROI.
I mean,
but let's be honest, Justin. I mean, there's a lot of real estate agents out there that don't make this kind of money, right? But I think you're
but that's money from my own deals. Obviously, I'm not earning fees.
Right.
Like fees or representing other people. I'm like waiving my fee, making, my margin on my property,
right. Yeah, but I mean, you were smart to be able to go and get your license. Do you ever struggle though whenever you put houses on the market and then maybe some real estate agents call you and maybe give you feedback? Do you struggle maybe getting emotional about a project whenever you're negotiating on a deal?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Early on, that was one of my biggest weaknesses.
Right.
I think I was desperate.
Yeah.
And
you don't want to show the desperateness, right? And so
well, I don't think I had that wisdom.
right. It comes with time.
Yeah. Now I understand people want what they can't have.
Right. So
now I go out of my way to not be eager.
right.
I want to like kind of stand off. I want to like, if they're trying to reach me, it's like, okay, I'll call them back, but it's not like I'm not in a rush.
Yeah.
If they come with an offer, I'm already prepared to negotiate,
Right.
even if it's good.
Yeah.
Because I just know that, when you figure things out and you're in an area with no inventory,
right.
with few options, you kind of can name your price.
I love that. Do you negotiate prices up often or?
Oh yeah. I would say 90% of my houses sell in the first weekend and have competition.
They sell in the first weekend?
Yeah, that's part of my criteria. That's part of my like mission is to like create an amazing home
Right.
that is highly desired in
Right.
an area with low inventory.
I love that.
So it's very strategic. Like I'm only doing super, super premier areas
Yeah.
that are very coveted by a lot of people.
Right.
I make the houses amazing.
Right.
Like I don't cut back on anything. Like everything is hooked up.
Yeah.
Like it's, wide plank wood floors and, amazing large windows and, premium appliances and
Right.
plaster vent hoods and all site-built cabinets, and just everything is hooked up.
Yeah. Just like really high end.
Yeah,
Everything.
a lot of high-end fixtures and, plumbing fixtures and light fixtures, and everything is amazing. And then I stage them. I own all the furniture, so I stage all my home, so it feels like a home when you walk in. It's not just some project.
Yeah.
And
You stage them yourself?
100%.
I love that.
And then I, have amazing photography, and then I list them always on Wednesdays or Thursdays because I want people to like
Yeah.
get a preview of it going into the weekend. And then by Sunday, typically I have enough offers that I typically tell people, hey, I'm going to make a decision tonight.
Yeah.
And then you kind of get
So I mean, you said a whole bunch of things that I think are really important that I'd like to know how you got here. So, for example, you know a lot about interior design, staging, all these things. These things don't just come naturally, right? How did you learn all of this?
Yeah, well, I wish I could tell you that I did something to make it happen. All I can guess is because I never took any training. It was just in me.
Mm.
I mentioned I grew up with a single mom. She was always into her apartment. We always lived in apartments, never lived in a house my whole upbringing.
Really?
But her apartments were always very nice. She always
Yeah.
had a nice apartment, and then the furniture was nice.
Yeah.
So I think that was just kind of in me from my upbringing.
Yeah.
And then I remember on my first flip house, it didn't sell in the first weekend, and my agent was like, "You should stage it."
Yeah.
So it was a Sunday. I remember, I'll never forget. After church, I went and got a U-Haul,
Yeah.
and then within a couple of hours, I had bought all the furniture.
Right.
I bought furniture for all the stores that have furniture, like that you can take and not have to order. Like I went to
Right.
like Gallery Furniture and Star Furniture and Marshall's Home Goods and World Market Plus. I went to like 20 stores,
Yeah.
got a whole house of furniture by myself,
Yeah.
and then went. I think I picked up a day labor and then staged it.
Yeah.
And that's the furniture I still have.
Really?
And I've obviously added pieces over the time and got rid of stuff. But
Yeah.
that was the origin of it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like some strategic
Dude,
plan.
you're making me want to come over to your house and like check it out, dude.
So,
You gotta
I'm
go.
obsessed with it. I love
Yeah.
design. I'm like a girl. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like I look at, I look at houses all day long.
Yeah.
Magazines, Instagram, in person. Every
Right.
house that I see under construction, I walk in.
Really?
Period.
Really?
I go.
You're driving around. You're like, I have to look.
Yeah, countless Sundays I just go look in open houses.
Yeah. You
Like,
just love.
I've
real
looked at
estate.
more houses than anybody.
Yeah.
For sure. My social media is hard.
Yeah.
I look at hard all day long.
Your social media is hard.
I look at it hard.com. Like I'm looking at houses all day long.
Yeah.
Every morning I wake up to leads. So
Yeah.
I'm validating the leads. I'm looking at other leads. I'm looking at, even if I'm not even interested in the house, I want to know what that neighborhood looks like. So in the future, maybe I will invest in that neighborhood. But right now, I'm just learning.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at all the previously sold. I'm looking at all the ones that are currently active. I'm looking at
Hmm.
all the stuff.
I love that. Yeah. I feel like a lot of people, need to realize that to be great at anything, you have to be obsessed with it.
Without question.
To be great at it. And so you're showing that you're putting in a lot of time and energy, and it just comes naturally to you, right? You love it. You're passionate about it, and you can
That's all I
tell.
think about.
Right. And so because of that, now you've done something that you're really great and incredible at, and you've made some really beautiful properties. Let's talk about, your first year in business. You did $1 million in revenue. Was this all still mainly?
Well, that was after 2 years.
Sorry, so you're all right. After two, so your
After
third
20
year.
No, well, so in 2019, my first dollar was in October,
Mm-hmm.
and then we had all of 2020,
Got it.
and then probably halfway through 2021, I'd made $1 million.
Got it. And most of those were flips.
All flips, exclusively. I only did flips.
Okay. When did you start new construction?
Last year.
Just last year. So now you're just getting into new construction.
Correct. So I did 2 successfully last year, and now I have 5.
And you said something earlier also, I think we definitely need to talk about. You said that most of your flips that you were doing were already high end, and you're on average making about $100,000 in profit per deal.
Correct.
Okay, so that's something that's also not common. Most flippers are maybe, averaging around 30 to 50. What makes you different? Why is it that you're making over 100,000 per flip?
So number one, I'm buying higher end houses.
Mhm.
I'm buying houses for $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 to flip, where most people are buying, $100,000, $200,000 houses. So I learned early on that, the more you invest, the more you get. I think people are fearful. They're like, wow, this payment's so much, this whatever. I'm like, that's just a line item.
Yeah.
If the payments are $1 million, it doesn't matter if the bottom line is, whatever. more
Yeah.
than that.
Yeah.
So I realized, okay, I'm going to have to put down more. I'm going to have to pay more monthly, but then I'm going to sell the house for way more.
Right.
So it just made more sense. And there's actually less competition at the higher end. Everyone's at the bottom.
Right.
Nobody's up there. Like right now, like, I just bought $1 million lot.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of people buying a house. Well, there's a house there, I'm demolishing it.
Hmm.
But it's like not a lot of people do that.
Right.
I
Yeah.
bought on August 29th, that was my last deal I just did. And I'm under contract to buy another one on October 30th. That's 9:45. And then, I'm demolishing the house.
Yeah.
So there's less people now because people are like, how do you, but then I'm going to build,
Hmm.
house for 8 to 900,000 and then sell it for 3 million.
8 to 900,000. And
That's my construction cost.
that's your construction
It's about
cost.
160 to 175 per square foot.
Got it. 160 per square foot. That's not too bad.
Yeah, so in a 6,000 square foot house, that's $960,000.
Got it. And how much you buy you bought the lot for $1 million? So you're all in at what, 1.8,
Right.
more or less?
And then get out for 3.
Beautiful.
Worst case scenario, like whatever, 2.7 or 2.8 or something.
Yeah, yeah. That's pretty incredible. How do you choose your designs? How do you choose your construction? How do you choose all of these things? Like, is it something that you're walk me through that process?
It's all a feel.
Yeah.
I don't ever pre-plan any of my finishes. I obviously design the floor plan and the exterior elevation.
So every construction's different. You're
Correct.
you're designing it proactively. It's not something.
I'm designing it as I go.
You're designing it as you go.
Correct. So I designed the house.
Yeah.
So in order to obviously build a house, you have to get plans approved. So I define the floor plan, the exterior elevation, and that's it. I don't make any decisions on cabinets, cabinet layout, cabinet colors, cabinet materials, light fixtures, tile, paint colors, wall
Nothing.
paneling, nothing. I don't even the brick type, window color, all that stuff I decide after.
Really? Yeah, because I feel like there's like a lot of people, when I speak to builders, most of them might say already have even everything planned out, right?
They do.
They've already ordered the cabinets from China. They've already done this. They've already done that. They've already like put in the design for or the orders for the windows. Because typically there's the lead time, right, for windows, for cabinets, all these things. So as you're going, where do you have the sources to buy all these things to not have any delays on it?
Yeah, so with cabinets, I never do prefab cabinets. I only do site-built custom cabinets made on site.
Got it.
That's all I've ever done. I did prefab on one flip, and I didn't like the outcome.
Why not?
It just looks cheap.
Yeah.
It's like the difference between real leather shoes and fake leather shoes.
Right. Yeah.
Like it's not the same.
No, it's not the same at all.
And that's the difference that you learn as you grow in this business is there's something different about an upscale home. It's not just bigger, it's stretched out. It's different. There's different levels of finishes. There's different levels. Like the doorknobs are heavy. Like the wall it's not cookie cutter.
Right.
It's not basic. It's not
Got it. So most of your houses then are custom. Everything's custom.
Yeah.
Everything.
So I'm building them speculatively. I don't have a client, but I'm building them as if they were custom.
Right.
Like I'm doing all visual comfort lighting. I'll have $20,000 in light fixtures.
$20,000 in light fixtures.
Oh yeah.
On a house.
Yes. Easy.
What kind of light fixtures are you installing?
I mean, you walk in, so visual comfort. So you walk in, the chandelier in the entry is $1,500. The dining room is $2,000, and the breakfast area is $2,000. All the wall sconces are $300, $400, $500.
Got it. Yeah, it can add up pretty quickly.
Pendant lights on the island are $1,000, $1,500 each.
Wow.
The gas lanterns, exterior lanterns are $2,000. I mean, yeah, it's easy.
I'm really glad that I didn't look at any of your things right now because I'm just like picturing it in my mind perfectly as you're speaking about it.
I mean,
I want to go. I can't wait to go and see your products now, man.
I mean, the plumbing fixtures. I mean, like the sink fixtures, $1,000. The pop fillers, $1,000. All the secondary bathrooms.
When I'm ready to buy a house and to design a house, I'm just gonna call Justin Davis.
I got you.
Yeah.
But what's crazy is like literally, this is my life. I'm so obsessed with it. Like it's free. Whatever game I can give you, I can help you with everything. Trade, design, everything. I will never take a dollar.
No. I would want you to do it all because if you design it, because you have the vision, I don't. You do it all.
So here's something we haven't really covered. I talked about being in the rat race. I realized that I don't want a boss.
Right.
But I also don't want a client.
Right.
I don't want to work for anybody.
Right. So you wouldn't do any sort of maybe custom.
I don't think so.
For someone, or
I don't like to be closed-minded. I like to think that things happen when they're supposed to happen, like you talked about earlier. But right now, that's not anything I'm interested in whatsoever. Because that becomes your boss.
Right.
And
the client will become your boss.
I like to wake up and do what I want when I want. I don't want my schedule to be dictated by something else outside of what I want to do.
Right.
And they'll want to meet at the house. They'll see things.
See it, blah blah.
Can I get these light fixtures instead? Can I get this plumbing fixture? I want this type of wood floor. It's like I've already, no.
Yeah. No. No, you can't get that.
And my last house, I pre-sold it, so I had a mini. I had a little, kind of.
Like a client situation where,
Yeah, kind of, because I put a sign in the yard while I was building it, and then
right.
the agent called me, and then, she gave me a number I couldn't refuse.
Yeah.
But then, even though I was almost finished with it, in that 2 month period, it was like they were my boss.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they were like, "Oh, why is this like this, and why this, and da da da."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Man, I'm working for somebody."
Yeah. That sucks.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
So I'd rather just be done with the house, stage it, have it in its best light, and
Yeah.
let the market tell me what the house is going to do.
Right. 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 Man.
Oh, but back
What
to your
a,
question about, so the cabinet thing is everything's built on site, and
yeah.
I do a whole house of cabinets in two weeks.
2 weeks.
Everything.
Everything.
Kitchen, built-ins.
Some good trades you got.
Amazing. They have like a crew of maybe 12 to 15 guys.
Wow.
A carpenter.
Yeah.
And then regarding windows, I always order windows once the plans are approved.
Once the plans are approved.
So once the plans are approved by the city, then we do the foundation. Typically takes a week.
Yeah.
And then framing takes 2 to 3 weeks.
Got it.
And then windows take typically 3 to 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So usually the windows are lining up right when I need them.
Yeah. How do you're probably doing everything just on Excel, huh? You're like keeping
Correct.
everything
Google
organized.
Sheets.
Google Sheets, yeah. I mean, you showed me something earlier, right? Where it's like the line items of everything. So you have all the prices priced out already. You already have a good idea.
No, when I buy the house, I never know the budget.
You don't know the budget.
I have a general idea of what the budget's going to be, but I haven't gotten any quotes for anything. I'm just drawing from past experience.
Right. Got it. And so you have maybe just like a good understanding of what the actual construction cost is going to be, but it's
Right.
going to vary.
Correct.
But it doesn't matter because you have such a big spread.
Yeah, my spreads are so massive that I don't even care.
Who cares?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like on this one house, I think I budgeted $750 for the Spring Valley house, and now I'm at $870, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The spread is still over $1 million.
You budgeted 750 and you're at what?
870 something.
It's over 100.
And it might change still because
Yeah.
I've done, let's say, 80% of the house, but the remaining 20 things I haven't got prices for.
Mm,
And I'm budgeting, those are estimate prices.
Right.
They might go down, maybe, possibly not, probably not likely,
yeah.
but they might go up a little bit.
Got it.
And some things you don't know what they're going to be because every house is different. So like landscaping, I have like $20,000. I mean, I don't know. When we get there, they have to grade the yard. That's a price. Then they have to get a certain number of pallets. I haven't measured the actual need. Then we have to do plants. Then we have to do irrigation.
Right.
The yard drainage.
Right.
I mean, I might put trees down that cost more than plants.
Right. Yeah.
So
Wow. And so everything is just organized on Google Sheets. So you
Correct,
probably
everything.
run your entire business from the construction estimates to what about like timelines? How do you manage trades? How do you manage construction workers?
So I don't ever have timelines. People often ask, when's it going to be done? It's like, I don't even think about that. I just know that every day someone's there. You know what I mean? So like, even if I gave you a date, it's irrelevant because I have people there every day.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm going as fast as humanly possible. I never have a
Right.
gap ever. Every day except for maybe Sundays,
Yeah.
people are at my house.
Got
I
it.
built my first 2 houses in less than 5 months. They're 4,500 square feet
4,500 square feet.
and
In how long?
less than 5 months.
Less than 5 months.
I started the first one in July of last year and closed on the sell of it December 30th.
Damn.
I listed it in November,
Holy cow.
and I sold to the first person that saw it.
That's pretty fucking fast. Yeah.
And some people do their bathroom in 5 months.
Yeah.
I mean, straight up, I have friends that have had like renovations in their own house, and it takes 6 months.
6 months for renovation?
Yeah, like they
Yeah.
get caught up with trades, or they don't make decisions fast enough. There's a lot of variables.
Yeah. So you got to make decisions quickly, huh?
Yeah, I make hundreds of. I don't ever think about anything. I just instantly make a decision for everything.
You just go.
Keep it moving. And if you make a mistake, then you just fix it.
Yeah. No big deal.
But I'm not going to like think about it for 2-3 days. It's not going to happen.
Right.
There's too much
Same
stuff to
day.
do.
Yeah.
It's the same moment.
Same moment.
I'll give you an example. So like on these new houses, these typically have six to 9 bathrooms
6 to 9 bathrooms.
in each of these houses.
Are these the new construction homes you're doing?
Correct.
Got it.
Damn. Yeah, both of the ones I'm doing right now, yeah, they have 7, 8, or 9 bathrooms.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a lot of bathrooms.
so they all have tile, right?
Yeah.
And I want a different concept in every room. I want there to be like a theme throughout the house, but
Yeah.
I want to have like a different vibe.
Yeah.
And different tiles are available different times. Like
Mhm.
you don't just buy the same tile every there's different stuff that comes out. I get new inspiration from Instagram and other places. So like I have different ideas and visions, and there's literally unlimited options, literally unlimited.
Right. Yeah.
And I want to try new stuff. Like I'm like somewhat of a gambler. Like I want to just see what this looks like.
Yeah.
So I'm creating all these different rooms. But anyway, so in this last house, I literally the day of, like tile being the next step,
Mhm.
I went to like all my places, like my 4 or 5 tile stores,
Mhm.
and just picked all the tile for all 9 bathrooms and mudroom and pantry that day.
Yeah.
It had all delivered. I never
So-
planned it. I didn't know what I was going to do before that day.
Yeah.
And that's what I do. Same with colors. Like, I'm on the site and I'm like, all the cabinets are built. I'm like, okay, I want this office to be this color. I want the this vanity to be this color. Like, I just do it all on the same spot.
I want you to understand something though, Justin. I feel like not everyone is wired like you, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Like for me, for example, when I was doing flips, that's when I realized that I didn't like it. When I had to make all of those decisions, I didn't like having to design the house and doing everything. And that's when I knew, all right, it's time for me to not do this.
But you can't outsource that. I just have never done that.
You said what now?
You can outsource that. You
Outsource
can,
what?
The design. You can hire a designer or something.
Yeah, you know,
For me, I just love it all, so I don't outsource anything. But you can do that
That's
to
true.
help it.
That's true. Yeah. That would have been something that would have made it easier. I don't know. It was just something about it. Like, I just didn't enjoy it, you know, as much as you do. I see the passion that you have.
It's really hard too, though.
I have passion for people, you know. I manage a lot of people, and so I'd rather pour all of my energy onto other people and develop them and see them grow and see them work for my clients. I truly enjoy that. So, you know, I just knew that real estate wasn't for me because it was just like some you know, like something that's not alive.
Right.
I love pouring onto people, you know. Anyway, I think that back to what I was saying, I think that what's really important about what you have is your decision making abilities going fast, and then also doing all this design. A lot of people don't have that decision making abilities to just go by the fly and then just have this instinct of knowing what's going to work out and what's not going to work out. So how would you say that you developed that? Is that something that?
Yeah, I mean, so like the Bible says, you know, we'll know who you are by your fruit, right? So like an apple tree is only going to produce an apple.
Mm-hmm.
This is coming out of me because what's gone into me.
Mm.
Like I'm looking at houses all day long. Bro,
it's like
I go to
Justin's like, I don't think you understand, Josue.
I'll give you
I'm obsessed with real estate.
I go to the
bro.
mail. I get the mail.
Yeah.
And there's like Costco
Yeah.
sells paper, but they'll have like a picture of a kitchen in it.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the kitchen. It's like there's like they're selling like an appliance or something, or I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at houses nonstop.
Yeah.
And then of course I'm a builder, so I get all this ads for lighting companies, all this stuff. I'll just look at all of it. I look at all of it.
I love that, dude.
I look at like I live in Memorial, and Memorial has more magazines than anybody on earth. There's like a Villages magazine, there's Spring Break, there's all these magazines, and I'm scanning. They have all these like profiles of families, but they're in their house.
Yeah.
I don't read any article. I'm
Yeah.
looking at the pictures of them standing in front of their kitchen.
That's hilarious,
I'm like, look
bro.
at the business, look at this.
I think this is where it's like really apparent you're so passionate about this.
And that's what I realized. That's why I'm doing it. So, and you reminded me when you just said your story, because I used to think I could just help people do it by telling them the steps.
Yeah.
But it's not the steps.
It's not the steps, bro.
It's the passion, because
Right.
I didn't even know what to do.
Right.
But because I was on fire for it, then I figured it all out.
Right.
Whereas if you're just doing it like for money or for like because someone told you to, then it's so hard that you're gonna lose steam.
Yeah.
And to me, I don't have a choice. This is it.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. It's what you're born to do, bro. I think this is where, like, you know, you mentioned earlier, like a lot of people may like DM you on Instagram. They're like, hey, can I learn from you, blah, blah, blah. And you said you've maybe told 50 people
At least
how to do the game, right?
At least.
And they don't go and take any action. But they don't take any action because they're not passionate about it. You know what I mean? It's got to be something that you're driven for, right?
And it's early on. I don't know if I had negative feelings or not about that, but I've realized, yeah, it's not a negative. It's like we're all called to different things.
Yeah.
This is all that I'm called to do.
Yeah.
Well, you know, vocationally.
Right.
I think I'm called, for people as well. But you have to do, everyone has a calling. Some people, like their dry cleaner, like he's called to do that. Like
Right.
you need that. Someone to tailor your clothes, someone to cook, open restaurants.
Right.
Like
Right.
we all have to be different to make this world go round.
Absolutely.
And this is what I do.
I love that. I think everyone that's listening should definitely hear that and search for what they're called to do.
I just want people to know, though, if they think that this could be for them, they can do it.
Yeah.
Like, I think that people in their head might think, oh, man, this guy's writing these checks. And I started this thing with a little bit of money.
Yeah.
And if I didn't have the money that I had, I could have found it from somebody else.
Right.
Like, there's always a way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want it, bad enough you can do it.
Right.
I remember when I was doing my first new construction house, I'd never done a new construction house, and lenders require that you have new construction experience.
Right.
Flipping does not count.
Right.
So guess what I did?
What's that?
I did a hard money loan.
Yeah.
I just said, whatever, I'll just figure it out.
Screw it.
I'll pay this high interest. I'll, have terrible terms.
Yeah.
And then, because I have to get in. But then once I did it, now I have lenders falling all over me.
Yeah.
Lenders DM me on Instagram constantly. Oh, I see this project. Oh, I want to do it. And
Justin, let me do your loan.
Yeah, but I also hired a coach, and he actually taught me. So Eric Crutchfield, he's a builder in Dallas. He's big, really, really big. He's done over $100 million in deals, his own houses that he sold.
Mm-hmm.
And he always said to negotiate terms.
Mm-hmm.
And on my first 30 deals, I had one lender, so I didn't even know what negotiating was. I just took the terms they gave me.
Mm-hmm. What kind of terms do you negotiate?
So I started off they were 2 and 12.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd pay 2% origination points and then 12% interest.
Right.
And then obviously my down payment would be however much less than the 75% ARV was required plus the overage at the budget.
Right.
To me, that makes sense. But my wife, for instance, she's married to me. She's not a numbers person. So I know that's hard. For me, that's just crystal clear.
Yeah.
With a lot of people, that's what language is he speaking.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I was, for my flips, I was putting down between $30,000 to $100,000 depending on the deal.
Mm-hmm.
But on new construction, on that first one, I put down 200 something thousand.
Mm-hmm. What are your carrying costs?
Oh man, you don't even want to know.
I want to know.
I mean, the first of the month, I'm dropping 40, 50 every month.
40 what?
40, 50 G's every month.
40 or 50?
Yeah, and mortgage payments.
50,000 a month.
Yeah, and just the mortgage payments.
Just in mortgage
And
payments.
that's not even counting the construction costs that every month I'm spending hundreds of thousands of dollars in construction costs.
Yeah.
But just the mortgages are, $10 or $8 to $12,000.
Bro, you need to have a lot of liquidity.
Yeah, but that's how fast it happens.
Right.
You start off, I made 46,000, then 30,000, then I lost, and then I made 200,000, then 50,000, and then in 2021 I did 11 houses.
2021 you did 11 houses.
Yeah.
And
I made 6 figures on probably 6 of them.
Got it. But you're still making pretty good returns on each one, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is early on I left so much money on the table because I would hire trades, pay them, and then they wouldn't come back. So there's a lot of double work.
Yeah.
Or the work was bad and I had to get it fixed, or just lack of knowledge.
Right.
You don't know what you don't know, and then when you learn and make mistakes, then you optimize.
Yeah. I think the reason that, you're so given, bro. You, even right now, we were talking earlier, and you're if you need any trades or anything like that, people need to understand that you've paid the price to
100%.
have the right people now on your team. You know what I mean? And so for you to just be willing to just share it, just shows a lot of your character, bro. So.
Well, I didn't do any of this.
Mm-hmm.
I truly believe that. If it was just me, then it wouldn't be nothing. God did all this.
Mm-hmm.
So how can I not give back what he's given me so freely?
Right.
And for me, people always say, how do you have, so there's 2 things that people ask me a lot. Praise the Lord, I have a lot of friends, we have a big community. A lot of my friends are asking, hey, do you have a good X?
Mm-hmm.
Plumber, electrician, carpenter, whatever.
Yeah.
I always send them 4 or 5 people.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Right.
And they go, which one's the best? I go, just call them all. Figure it out. That's what I do.
Yeah.
There's no magic answer.
Yeah.
Contractors are hard.
Yeah.
They might not be available. They may be working at their house. And there's a million variables.
Yeah.
So reach out to 4, 5 of them. Maybe 2 of them will get back to you.
Yeah.
And then you figure out which one you want.
Yeah.
Even I still do that.
And get quotes on all of them.
Yeah. And also, and then how did I get all these trades? Literally, early on, I used to go to Home Depot and Lowe's all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Every single person I see, hey man, what's up? Hey, I'm a flipper. Here's my card.
Mm-hmm.
What's your name? Oh, Josue. Okay, cool. Let me save your number. What do you do? You're a painter? Cool. Painter. And then I text them immediately to build a rapport, send my contact card so they have my whole name, number.
Yeah.
And then whenever I have that need, I'll reach out to them.
Mm-hmm.
I'll send 10 plumbers. Hey, I'm doing this house. I used to do that a lot earlier. Now I don't do that as much. Now I might hit 2 people for each trade.
Yeah.
I was gonna say each phase.
You have your preferred people now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes they're not available.
Right.
And I don't wait.
Right.
So if you're working on, if my plumber's working on your house right now,
Yeah.
then I just hire another plumber.
Right.
I'm not gonna wait a week.
No, of course not.
So I don't wait for anything.
Yeah.
I'm focused on my project. So I've talked to hundreds of contractors, hundreds.
Speed is the most.
I drive in a
important thing.
neighborhood. I see a white van, a white truck in front of someone's house. The
Stop.
front door is open. I
Yeah.
walk in. Hey, what's up? Cool. You doing carpentry? Cool. I'm a flipper. I need more people. What's up, man? And most of them they don't speak English, and I don't speak much Spanish, so I just figured it out.
Justin is obsessed with real estate.
Yeah.
All right. Let the message be clear right now.
Like, what's up, my man?
What's up, dog?
Yeah.
What's your number? Dude, that's incredible.
Yeah. No, anyway.
Sorry. Let's talk about this new construction now. You have 5 projects, and I love the numbers too. So, how did you find the deal? How did you analyze it? How did you do the funding? Can we talk about all this right now?
Sure.
Yeah.
So any deal that I get, I can analyze it in less than a minute.
Okay.
And I can tell you or anyone how to do it very easily. Obviously, part of it is being a realtor because you can see the sold prices, which is critical to your evaluation.
Right.
You can't just look at what houses are listed for because that's doesn't tell you the whole story.
Right.
You need to know what houses I've sold for because that's what's justifying the price that you're going to be.
And you need to look at different things like what are the days on market,
Correct.
how much, what's the inventory, what do the houses look like, what else are you looking at?
So early on, like I was obsessed. So I would go into Facebook and I would type in Houston real estate investing, and there's dozens, if not hundreds, of pages that have tens of thousands of members.
Right.
And all day long, wholesalers are posting building my buyers list.
Mm-hmm.
So I would copy my email address and I pasted that thing 500 times. Easy, like just every day.
Yeah.
Post. So not only does that wholesaler have my email address, but then other wholesalers are smart enough to go on those pages and look at past wholesalers' posts.
Right.
So I'm getting emails every day of my life, people I've never met, don't even know.
Yeah.
All day long, every day.
Right.
But my criteria is so narrow that 99% of the leads that I get, I don't even look at.
Okay.
Because I only care about certain zip codes.
Got it.
I only want within my
Your little circle.
Yeah, my little circle. That's it. I'm only doing 50 minutes in my house. Period. If you told me right now I can make $1 million in a house in the Woodlands, I wouldn't even look at it. Because I don't want to manage it.
Yeah.
I'm going to the house every day. I'm not going to drive to the Woodlands. I would be miserable. I don't want to be miserable. I want to be happy.
Yeah.
I want to be at peace.
Right.
And there's enough within my area that I know I don't have to go outside of my area.
Right.
Forever.
Where's your house at now?
We're in Memorial. We live in Memorial.
In Memorial?
In Spring Valley Village.
Got it. And so you mainly do...
So I only do Memorial, Spring Branch, Oak Forest, Garden Oaks. That's it.
Oak Forest is right by...
610 and Ella.
610 and Ella, yeah. And then what was the other spot that you mentioned?
Memorial, which is pretty much south of I-10 between 610 and the Beltway.
Got it. And then Spring Branch
Which
is...
is north of I-10.
North of I-10, yeah.
Between 610 and the Beltway.
Yeah. Got it. And so, yeah, it's just everything's really close.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I'm so hands-on.
Right.
And I am a relationship guy. So, like, all my trades, they always answer.
Yeah.
Because, like, they're my people. They're not just like people work for me. Like, I'm with them. Like, the wood floors get delivered. There's 50 boxes. I'll do it. Like, hey, no, you stay in the house.
Yeah.
I'm picking 50 boxes off of the van and putting them in the house.
You're out there working with them.
I'm taking the tile. I don't have to do that.
Yeah.
But I do it because they're my people. Like, I'm like, we're the same.
Right. I bet they appreciate that too.
Yeah, and they can't tell me because we don't speak the same language. But it's important for me to know that like we're the same.
Yeah.
The guys need money. Like that.
I mean, they're gonna work harder. I would assume too. Yeah.
But they have like my truck broke down. I got you. Whatever.
Yeah. So back to the deals. So five new construction that you're doing.
Technically, 1 is a flip and then 4 new construction.
Okay, so let's talk about the 4 new construction. So are they all in the same area or?
Yes.
Are they lots right next to each other?
1 is in Oak Forest.
Okay.
1 new construction is on the east of Memorial. 1 new construction is like in the center of Memorial, and 1 is on the west of Memorial.
Okay, so they're not all on the same street.
No.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So 4 new construction. People send you deals. So how did you find these deals? Maybe just from an email?
No. So this is. I'm glad you're asking. These are a great question because it's cool to reflect.
Yeah.
All right. So this last flip
that
I'm doing is a house that I bought from a friend.
Uh-huh.
I posted a picture of one of my houses on Instagram.
Yeah.
It was a story.
Yeah.
And then she responded to the story saying, I love this house.
Yeah.
And she made some other question. Oh, we're going to sell our house soon. And I was like, oh, cool. I'm sure you'll probably get, over $1 million for your house. And she's like, oh, no, we haven't done any renovations. Because I've never been in their house. I just assumed.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, we'd probably sell it for $850.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, no, you could probably sell yours for $1 million. She's like, no, we just want to sell it for $850. And I was like, I'll buy your house for $850.
Yeah.
So then she's like, okay, let me set you up with my husband. So her husband calls me, and then we wrote the offer.
Done.
That was it.
Yeah.
Like that. I never went to the house.
You never went to the house?
Never. I went after that, but not before, because I know the location.
Yeah.
They live in a premier area,
Right.
amazing area,
Right.
cul-de-sac house, no side or front neighbor. So there's so many variables and great schools, like it's exceptional, right by Memorial City Mall.
Yeah.
I knew what houses are selling for because I track every single neighborhood in Memorial. I look at it every single day of my life.
Right.
I know every house that's ever been listed, every house that's ever sold, went pending, terminated, everything.
Yeah.
Like, people are like, oh, Plantation. Like, I know all the streets. I obviously know the zip code.
Justin is obsessed with real estate.
like literally, if you named any street from I-10 to Beltway 8, I know the street.
Jeez.
Period.
Period.
So.
No, like the back of your hand, huh?
Yeah, so I'm looking at all this stuff, and
So
anyways,
you've never seen the house, and they say 850. You said I'm gonna buy it. You don't care what it looks like.
correct. Because and that's the other part too. A lot of people early on would ask me like, so are there houses you wouldn't buy? It's like, no, I want the worst house possible. I want the house to be a complete piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's the point.
Yeah, so you can rebuild it.
Yeah, like if there's any redeeming value, number one, the seller thinks it's awesome.
Yeah.
So it's not investable because they want a premium.
Right.
Like you want them to think that their house is worthless.
Right.
Like,
right.
yeah.
And you're gonna get a deal. Yeah, you need to get.
And then I know that I'm gonna change everything anyway. Like
Yeah.
even if so there's houses that I had bought that like were renovated 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm tearing down 15-year cabinets.
Really?
That's a lot of people would be cool with, but
Yeah.
I don't want them. Like they're espresso, like the dark color, whatever.
Yeah.
Like they literally did them like 10 years ago, but no, I just
like,
trash them.
It's like an old design now. Like, why do you want to do that, right?
Some people would paint them, but I don't want to do that because here's the other part. I just had this epiphany. Because I had to move into one of my flips,
Yeah.
I build them like I have to live there. Like if I like worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Obviously now that probably wouldn't happen, but
Yeah.
that's still in me.
Right.
I'm building them like I had to live in it.
Right.
So I'm not doing basic stuff. I'm hooking them up.
Yeah.
So that was one house.
Yeah.
Let me say about the other ones.
Yeah.
The other one, the Spring Valley house that I was telling you about. I just was like, I want to start. I was talking to my coach. He was like, he started in the $1.5 million range, making $300,000. So we basically make 20 to 35% of the sale price.
Got it.
So my first two $1.5 million houses, I made $300,000, $20,000 or 20% of each of those sale prices. And that wasn't on purpose. That just was how it landed.
Yeah.
Now my margins are even greater because I'm going higher end because the land cost is pretty much fixed.
Yeah.
You just have to build a better, bigger house,
Right.
which is also marginally more, but then the outcome is way more.
Right.
Because you're selling it based on price per square foot, but the cost to build per square foot is minimal.
Right.
So like, for instance, I'll just give you an example. If you're building 1,000 square feet for 150 square foot, that's $150,000, but you're selling it for $500 a square foot.
Wow.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're making $350 for every square foot you build
That's a really
without doing anything.
That's a really interesting way to put it, bro.
Yeah. So you build a 5,000 square foot house. You're building it for $750,000.
Yeah.
150 per square foot. But you're selling it for $2.5 million.
Yeah. It's nuts.
$500 per square foot.
The ROI is absolutely
Plus,
absurd.
so there's also the land, right? So in that case, $750 for build, $750 for land, and then you sell for 2.5.
Right.
Or like on my first two new constructions, I bought the lots for about $400,000. I built the houses for $600 something thousand, and then I exited for 1.5. But there were some, carrying costs, closing costs, which is why it wasn't 500, it was 300. So that was that. So anyway, I don't remember which house we were talking about.
I think we're just moving on to the floor.
So that was
construction.
it was listed on HAR.
Okay.
And then it was been listed for a while. It was a house that had never been touched since the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why it hadn't sold. It made no sense to me because it was flanked by new construction homes that had just been built. I don't know why the builder that built those houses didn't contact this person. I don't understand. It's just one of those things like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I didn't deserve that. It was just there and no one else was buying it. It made no sense. It was so obvious.
Yeah.
And,
Well, it's obvious to you, but
oh, so that was the thing. So I was talking to my coach, Eric Crutchfield, who, like I said, he now does $6 and $8 million houses.
wow.
And he's making $2 to $3 million on each deal.
Wow.
And he was telling me I was in the 1.5 for too long.
Mm-hmm.
He said I did 20 houses at 1.5 in a row and made like $300,000 to $400,000 per house.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, now I would never do a $1.5 million house.
He wouldn't.
He's like, I'm only going to do $6, $8, $10 million houses.
Right.
He's like, I was in that for too long. He's like, you need to get out of that.
Mm.
And I thought I was like the king. I was like, I didn't make $300,000 in this house. Like, I thought that was amazing. He's like, no, there's so much more than that.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, how do I do this? He's like, well, you need to find more expensive areas. And I go, I don't know if I can do a $3 million house. I don't know if I have the capability. He's like, bro, what are you talking about? I've seen your finishes. I've seen your pictures. I know what you can do.
Yeah.
So I just kind of leaned in on that. So I was like, I'm going to find a house. So then I looked on Heart everywhere, and then I found that house. And it's actually close up to my house. I actually went for a jog. It was before church a Sunday morning. I was like, I'm going to go run by this house. And I ran by it, and I was like, I'm buying this house. And I called the agent, and we made it work.
How much was that house?
$785.
$785.
It was listed for that, and I just said I'll pay full price.
Yeah.
I would pay $900.
Yeah. Wow. I think that one thing that he said was that Eric Crutchfield, he elevated you to
100%.
thinking higher. And I think in life it's crucial to have mentors in place, to have people that are at the level that you want to be at, so that they can lift you up to their level, right?
Sure.
And this guy did that for you, just by telling you that, hey, you got to get out of that.
And we just had like a 10-minute conversation.
That's it.
It wasn't even like, that was it.
And that's all it takes, Iron sharpens iron, 1000%. I think we're put on this world to better each other and help each other out, inspire people. And that's my reason for doing this podcast, and I think that this message is going to get to a lot of people, and they're really hopefully going to take something out of it and do something with it,
So back to iron and sharpening iron and people helping you. In 2021, beginning of the year, I had a different coach who I still have. She's my life coach. Erica's just my real estate coach.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, she wanted me to put down some goals. And I was not a big goal setter. I'm still not. I truly am not a goal setter. I'm just like very content and things will happen. But in 2021, I was like, okay, I'm going to do 4 flips, which I thought was a crazy goal because I had just done 3 in 2020. And I was like, it's hard to get 3. How am I going to do 4? But I was like, I'm just going to do 4.
Yeah.
And then in February, I bought 4 houses because I was so fixated on the goal.
Right.
And as a 41-year-old at the time, 2021, I was like, how have I never set goals? Because it makes you do things. But and that's why my year started off so fast, because I was like, I need to get 4 houses. And then I just bought 4 houses that month. It just,
that's nuts.
And then obviously I just kept it going. And I do the houses so fast. I do the houses in 8 to 12 weeks.
8 to 12 weeks?
Like complete gut, everything redone in 12 weeks.
Are you talking about flips?
Yes, when I was in flips.
Yeah.
So
8 to 12 weeks completely redone with high-end finishes and everything.
And I gut the house.
Yeah.
I do a complete floor plan reconfiguration, off new additions.
Right.
And then I do all new plumbing, electrical, AC, a lot of foundation repair, new windows, doors, roof, everything.
Yeah.
Landscaping, everything.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was that. But back to having people around you. Yeah. So everything out there everything is out there for us.
Yeah.
Right. But we all see the world differently based on our experiences, based on what we know and all that kind of stuff. Even me, I think I'm doing great or whatever. There's people that would be depressed if they had my life.
Yeah.
Because they're looking at $50 million deals. They're looking at $200 million. They're looking at $1 billion deals.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the reason why they do that is because they know that that's possible.
Right.
And they believe that they can do it.
Right.
I don't believe I'm going to be a billionaire.
Right.
The people that are do.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
This was kind of funny. When I had the benefit of having corporate jobs is I realized that early on. I remember when I was making $60,000, when I wanted a new job, I was looking for jobs that were $60,000 or $70,000.
Right.
And then I was making $100,000. I was looking for jobs that were $100,000.
Right.
I was making $150,000. I was looking for jobs that were $150,000.
Right.
But the only thing was what I had already made. That's it.
What do you mean?
So what I was seeking was based on all that I had done, as opposed to I never was like, why don't I look for a $700,000 job? Because those jobs exist also.
Right.
Because we're limited. Our consciousness is very limited.
Right.
By what we believe, what we know, what our experiences are.
Yeah.
So I guess the point I'm trying to make is there's so much out there, but we don't see it because we're limiting ourselves based on what we think is possible.
Right. And that's where you got to get around the right people also, right?
To know that it's unlimited.
It's unlimited, yeah.
Like we can't be stuck in seeing as believing.
Right.
We have to believe and then see it. So if I told you I'm going to make $500 million, you'd be like, okay, whatever.
Right.
But if I actually did, then you would be like, okay.
Yeah.
But you have to get past the seeing. You have to just trust that if someone is doing that you don't know that's out there, then it's possible.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a really good example of that is I think it's Plato's allegory of the cave. I don't know if you've heard of this. Basically, imagine someone growing up in a cave, and all they see is shadows passing by. There's a fire behind them, and they're stuck. They can't move their heads. So you can only see the shadows on the wall. And there's people passing by. There's animal passing by. Blah blah. And all their lives they've only seen shadows. And they come out into the world one day. Everything's gonna be like, what the fuck is going on, right? Could you imagine that?
Yeah.
I think that's kind of like the likeness of like going from a corporate job to going into
sure.
entrepreneurship, where it's like all of this, the world is brand new, you know. It's like it's got a different hue to the sky now. Like, what is, you see things in other people, you see talent now, you see opportunities, right? And when you get to that point, it's just like, it's so mind opening that, again, like we can't go back from that.
No, yeah, it's like, yeah, and you talk about people, like you have time for people because
Yeah.
like when you're running the rat race, like you got to go to work.
Yeah.
You're at lunch, you got to be back at the office. People are going to wonder where you are.
It's Friday at 1:10, and
Yeah.
we've been here for what, 2 hours hanging
Yeah.
out. Not a care in the world.
I don't have anything else to do. My wife's taking care of the kids. I mean,
Yeah.
we're good. And I have all these, all these millions of dollars of projects, but they don't require me, daily.
Yeah. You go because you want to.
Yeah. So just the more the higher we can raise our consciousness of what's out there, the obviously the more that we can do.
Yeah.
And the only difference is what we actually believe, because we do what we believe.
That's very
If
true.
I believe I'm a good golfer, which I'm not, then I would have a better chance of being. But I think I'm terrible. I know I'm terrible.
Yeah.
But I'm never going to get good if I don't believe that I just haven't yet tried hard enough.
Because it's not something that you're passionate about.
Right, at all.
You're just like, you don't care to get better, you know?
But on these houses, I think that I can do this.
Right.
I'm not worried. Like, I buy the house, I don't care. I don't care about what it's. I don't even know what I'm going to build in this house I'm closing on October 30th. But I'll figure it out.
Yeah, of course. How do you raise your consciousness?
Well, I think to your point, it's just having good people around you. But right now, I'm really not even trying to do that. That just happened.
Mm-hmm.
I think right now I'm at a level where it's kind of weird. I mean, life happens fast.
Yeah.
So what I mean by that is, from 0 to 30, I was paycheck to paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
All my 30s, from 30 to 40, I had good jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't paycheck to paycheck, but I wasn't wealthy.
Right.
I had, nice stuff, but I still had credit cards and, student loans and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And, so this is crazy. In the last 5 years, so because of real estate investing, since 2019 to now, I started working when I was 15.
Mm-hmm.
So from 15 to 39, that's 24 years.
Right.
I made way more in the last 5 years than I made in the first 24 years of working. And I had 6-figure jobs for 12 years of that 24 years.
Yeah.
And I had $60,000 jobs as a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
So it's not like I was, making 30 grand.
Yeah.
So, but now
It truly is like a hockey stick,
Yeah.
It's like all of a sudden it just jumps up.
and next year I could probably make more than I made in the last 5 years in 1 year.
What was it, like 3-4 million?
More than that.
More than that? Let's talk about the numbers. So you have 5 projects that you have going on right now, and you're all in at what cost right now?
Well, that's a tricky question because there's projects that are in process, right? So there's construction costs that I've invested already in addition to the land costs. But I'll just go through each of them. So I bought 5 houses, 825, 785, 900, 945, and 500. Those are the 5 lots.
Got it. So about, call it almost $1 million each, minus the last one.
Yeah, so
So
5
about-
million.
Okay.
Yeah, 4 million.
4 million, more or less.
And then the construction on them is probably around that number,
Another 4 million.
4 million. And then the exit is like 12 or 13 million.
Sheesh.
And all these houses will be done within 6 months.
Yeah.
So some will be done next month, one
Yeah.
will be done in 3 months, and others will be done in the next 6 months.
Yeah.
So they'll all be buying other houses.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is just what I'm doing now. Like,
Yeah.
in 6 months, I'll have a whole nother round of houses.
Yeah. So,
So I never finished what I said earlier.
yeah.
So from December 30th to May, I sold 5 houses. Well, I guess I did finish that. But that's my point. Those houses are gone.
Yeah.
And now I have 5 whole other houses.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have 5 other houses.
Do you wait to sell your houses
No,
before you buy more?
I'm always buying houses. It's just random.
Okay.
I don't have a plan. It's random.
It just happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I bought,
When is it too much though? Like when is it too much?
this is, I've never had, I don't think I've ever had 5. I've had 4 a lot. But now it's getting easier because the more reps you have, the less effort you put in each activity. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like I'm learning how to frame. I'm not learning how, like,
Right. You just know
Yeah.
how everything's gonna
I'm
happen.
just like, hey, yeah, send a framer. He does it. I don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
Before I'm like trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Now I don't have to do any of that.
Right. It becomes a lot more effortless.
I mean, there's obviously a financial limit, right? Because I'm in for millions of dollars right now, my personal wealth, and obviously anything could happen, and I hope that something doesn't happen because it'd be a problem. Because it's not like the cost is fixed, right? It keeps going every month, like,
of course.
So it's not like you have this much money invested and if it fails, then like every month I'm still 50,000 every month
a month.
So the bank wants their money.
Yeah.
But that's part of my criteria, right? I do these high margin properties so that it insulates me from some of the risk.
Right.
Like the worst case scenarios, I make, a couple $100,000.
Yeah, a couple hundred.
I don't think a loss is an option with these current properties.
I don't think
I'm doing.
I don't think it's a possibility that you can lose money in these deals. So
Where before, early on in my flipping days, I would buy houses that you could lose money on.
yeah,
But I was just so eager. I just had to have a house.
right.
Even though it wasn't the right deal all the time, and I just made it. I just like forced it, and sometimes I would make money, obviously. But a lot of people would have walked away from those deals.
Right. Justin, I'm really glad that we're doing this podcast here because I don't think I've interviewed someone that does new construction like you, and especially in a very niche department in the higher end luxury market. Especially here in Houston, I'd love to hear about it. So, I think that it provides a lot more insight into this area of real estate. Because there's a ton of people doing different things in real estate. There's people that are doing owner financing, subject to. There's people that are flipping. There's people that are doing Airbnb. You're at this very niche market.
Very niche.
Very niche.
I don't know any other builders. There are other builders, obviously, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know them.
Yeah. Right.
So I'm not like drawing this from my personal network.
Right. Yeah. It's all just coming from you. It's amazing, dude. That's amazing.
So speaking of all the things that people do, I have a friend of mine that does commercial real estate.
Yeah.
So this is an example of how there's just so much out there.
There's so much out there. There's an abundance of wealth.
So he'll buy a $20 million building, spend $5 to $10 million renovating it, and then sell it for $50 million.
Commercial real estate. What kind of projects are those?
This particular one was an office building.
Okay.
He converted it to a medical office building.
A medical office.
Yep. So it's healthcare business.
Okay.
Or healthcare building. So
yeah,
like Memorial Hermann and Methodist and Kelsey Siebold are tenants in the building. And a lot of individual doctors, like your dentist and your urologist and whatever.
Oh wow!
That's
smart.
Strictly medical because they pay higher rents. They're in the buildings for longer.
Yeah.
They less likely to default.
Right.
There's all these variables.
Right. Again, this is another very niche market.
Niche.
I'd love to interview him too. If
oh yeah, he's a pretty humble guy. I mean, maybe he'll see this and be interested. It'd definitely have to be at least him seeing this before he even considered it. He's very humble. He's very below the radar.
Yeah.
Even though he's done extremely well.
I think the goal always with this is not to. My goal always is just to be able to share people's stories and inspire other people to share what's out there, and most importantly, to be able to elevate other people to a level of wealth, to a level of opportunity and of life. That otherwise you probably wouldn't have thought possible.
And that's the thing, seeing is believing. And Josue, I wouldn't have been open to this before probably 6 months ago. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you I'll tell you what happened.
What happened?
So, and I'm glad that we talked a little bit before this thing because you talked about Rich Dad Poor Dad was Robert Kiyosaki.
Right.
So my coach, Eric, one day had a post on Instagram about all the books that he recommends. And one of the books was, I don't remember what it's called, like Why the Rich Get Richer, but it was a Robert Kiyosaki book. Mm-hmm. Why the Rich Are Getting Richer. Mm-hmm. And in that book, like one of the later chapters, he talks about why he does what he does. Mm-hmm. It's just because he says, this is the way it used to be in society. Once you were like highly experienced at whatever you did, like you're a trade, you're a blacksmith, you're whatever, you would hire an apprentice.
Right.
You would teach them all things you've mastered and learned.
Yeah.
And then they can carry it on to the next generation.
Right.
He goes, no one does that anymore.
Right.
But that's what I'm going to do. And then he goes, how do you know it's time for you to start doing that? And he says, I hate that. I don't even want to say it out loud because it sounds bad.
What's it?
Okay. He goes, how do you know when you're ready to do that? He goes, when everything you touch turns to gold. Mm-hmm. That's when you need to start giving it all back.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I need to formalize this in some way. I don't know if I have a coaching program in my future. People have asked, can you be my coach? And I just always give them free game. I don't want to take any money. Mm. But now I'm realizing that maybe I need to maybe figure out a structure because it's becoming a real big part of my life and people aren't taking any action.
Yeah.
So maybe if they were invested in it, they would do something. That also, like, now it's almost an annoyance. Before I was very grateful, just because it would be like every once in a while.
Yeah.
But now it's like half my day I'm taking phone calls from people that want to
Right.
know about construction and want to learn about construction.
Right. One thing that I've realized, and you know, I have a little bit of experience. I tried it out. I wanted to see if coaching was for me, and I tried it out a little bit. From what I've seen is, you're right. People don't take action. They don't take it seriously if they don't pay. Also, if they pay too little, it's also, from my experience, I've seen people not take action at all. Even so, I think it needs to be a sizable investment for someone. You know, I think it needs to be something that, you know, like maybe they put their hard earned money maybe in the bank, and they need to give it to you. It's like an exchange of energy, you know. It's like they give you
sure.
this money, and for them it might be a lot, you know, maybe 5, 10 grand, I don't know what it may be, you know, but something sizable enough for them to like feel it, because when they put that much energy into it, they're going to put the energy into you, and they're going to put the energy into actually taking action. You know, I don't think there's any other way around it, bro. Like I did it briefly, and I was like, I don't want to charge 5, 10 grand for
Right.
coaching. You know, I didn't want to do it. So I charged like $100, you know, and taught them a lot. And I wouldn't see people taking action. I'm like, oh, man, like, you know, like it has to be 5, 10 grand. But I don't want to take money,
Right.
you know, like for me, I'd rather provide, and in what I do, I provide a service, right? That to me feels good, because you're giving me money and I'm giving you something in return. I'm giving you a ton of value, right? You're giving me money, I'm giving you leads, and you're going to make money on this leads, right? So I found my calling in that, right? But, and when I think that when you do, because I think, dude, I think you'd be a great coach, man. I think you'd be an excellent mentor. And I think, you know, someone out there could probably benefit a lot from, you know, having you as a coach or a mentor, you know?
So what's interesting is we're always evolving, right? We're always growing, we're always changing. We get
Right.
different inputs. It affects who we are as people,
Right.
right? For those of us that are progressive, you know, some people never change, but you know, most of us are constantly growing
Yeah.
and you know, adapting. And
We're not trees. We're
Yeah.
not planted anywhere.
so, you know, that me reading that book first kind of planted the seed that I need to like be intentional about it. Like it's always been just like a passive thing. Like, yeah, I'm helping people, but that made it clear I need to actively be doing that.
Right.
And then the second thing happened was I got this Instagram ad a couple of weeks ago from this videographer, and he was like, "Hey, you should be documenting what you do." Da, 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 da. And I was like, because I never like wanted to do that, because like number one, I don't know what I would say.
Yeah.
But number two, I was like, nobody cares. Number three, I was like, you know, whatever. All these things in my head.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just gonna do it. I don't even care.
Mhm.
So we met a lot like you and I met right before the shoot, and we just went to like several of my projects and walked around.
Yeah.
And he sent me back the stuff, and it was fire. I was like, "This is crazy." So I just started posting all this stuff like literally in the last month, and I can't. It's overwhelming, the feedback.
Yeah.
Not only is it helping my business, I'm getting leads from wholesalers, I'm getting lenders like
Yeah.
hitting me up, interior designers,
Yeah.
real estate, just so many things. But people are like, "Oh, I didn't know you did that," or "I love this house." It's remarkable.
It doesn't matter what business
Overwhelming.
you're in. Yeah, it is.
In a good way.
Yeah, of course. To your point, like you could have the best product or service in the world, and if you're not marketing it out there, it doesn't matter.
But also the part of it is I'm not selling anything in the videos.
Right.
I'm just showing you my projects.
Yeah.
So like this one, like one's in
Well,
framing.
that's the best kind of sell, bro.
Yeah, so I'm like, hey,
the
you
one
guys-
where you're not selling it.
I'm like, I'm doing this in here. Oh, this is frame. Oh, look at these windows, man. This is crazy. And I'm just like, I'm literally, there's no script. He's not interviewing me. Like,
Yeah.
he didn't even say anything. Like, he was in mute.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm just explaining stuff.
Right.
And then I'm realizing that he's a photographer. So then there's these moments where I'm like explaining parts of the process that he probably doesn't know.
Yeah.
And he put this on like in this little videos. Now I have these videos that like I realize I can use forever.
Yeah.
So part of my motivation for doing this is hopefully we'll uncover some things that if someone has a question or something, I'll just send them a clip from this.
Right. That'd be great.
That was literally my motivation because I see the value in having these little capsules of
Right.
knowledge.
Right.
And it's like I've already had the conversation 500 times. Now I don't have to have it anymore.
Right.
Here's a little video.
Yeah. Go listen to this part of the
Yeah.
podcast, you know?
So this you're going to be in a lot of people's lives that I know.
I love it. I love it. I think that was my goal with it. You know, it's to promote other people's lives and their successes, and I'm glad to be part of yours, man. I think this has been extremely fun. I know that you also mentioned before we started the podcast, you're looking for more lots.
Yeah.
So you're always looking for more lots. What are the zip codes that you're interested in?
Yeah, so my criteria is very simple, very narrow. I like 77055, 77079,
Mm-hmm.
77024, 77018.
Got it.
Those are my main hotspots. So 77018 is Oak Forest, Garden Oaks.
Yep.
It's right north of 610 and Ella, between Ella and TC Jester. And then 77075 is north of I-10 in the villages, Hillshire Village, Spring Valley Village, and Memorial.
Yeah.
And then south of I-10 is 77024, 057, and 079.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Dude, after this, if I ever see like a property in that area, I'm only gonna think of one person, dude.
So I'm like niche. There's like 20 niches. So
Yeah.
the first niche is the zip code.
Right.
I'm only doing properties that are in my proximity.
Okay.
Okay. Then I'm only doing properties over $1.5 million.
Okay.
Okay. Then I'm only doing the most preferred lots within the neighborhoods. Right.
Only those.
Oh yeah. Because there's like lots that like back up to like I-10. There's lots that like are on Memorial.
Yeah.
Like I don't want anything on an undesirable location.
Right.
I want not only the best neighborhood, I want the best location within the neighborhood. Because
Damn.
I'm trying to drive up the price.
Yeah.
I want the most desirable premier property that will have competition at the end. Because as an investor, what can you control? Your cost and your exit.
Right.
So I want the biggest possible exit.
Right.
So that's why I'm very selective.
That's very smart, bro.
Yeah.
That's
So
very smart.
so
It's very strategic, also.
yeah, and then I'm also doing it in areas that have inventory.
Right.
The neighborhoods that I'm in, there's simply not houses for sale.
And you're the only one.
Yeah. So it's like.
So you got.
There's 500 people right now that I don't even know that are waiting on the sideline for a house to come up in the neighborhood. Then it comes up, and then I have 5 offers.
You typically have 5 offers on.
Well, I'm exaggerating.
Yeah, I know, but you probably
at least 2.
you get at least multiple offers.
You
on
only
the
need
properties.
2 to get whatever you want.
Of course.
Because people have already envisioned their whole life.
Yeah.
They're planning Christmas. They're like, I'm gonna have this party this night. I'm gonna have homecoming with my kids. And then when they learn that they might not get that. They've already made it. Like a house isn't like a shirt.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to buy this shirt and then like they say we can't sell it to you, you move on.
Yeah.
But you've committed to like filling out an offer, getting your bank lender, and all the
It's a huge.
Yeah, you've already
process.
planned everything.
Yeah, it's a huge process. You're right.
And then you might have your house currently for sale or under contract. There's all these things, so you have to make it work.
Yeah.
Like you have to like.
So a couple 100,000 more that you have to make on an offer, it's not going to really hurt you.
Right. Well, and that's the other thing. At the higher price point, people are willing to pay hundreds of thousands over.
Yeah.
Because it's a small amount relative.
Dude, like as soon as this podcast is over, I'm going to one of your projects, man.
Yes.
Like you have me.
Let's go.
You have me so passionate about your projects right now. Like I need to see them.
So when you're doing $300,000 houses, people want discounts.
Yeah.
They're not paying over. Because they don't have it.
Yeah. But people at this level, they have the money.
My hardest deals have been the lower end ones.
Your most typical ones.
For sure, because like
The cheaper end.
they need extensions on the loan, their job.
They're
it's all this
trying to make it
stuff.
work. Yeah.
But on the high end, there's no jobs, no qualifications. It's like a trust fund. It's it's taken care of.
Yeah. Yeah. They have money.
Yeah.
The money's there.
and it's just so much easier. Like think about like I'm not like a fancy guy. Like I don't wear like Gucci or Prada.
Yeah.
But these stores exist all over the world.
These what?
Those stores, they're
Yeah.
retail stores.
Yeah.
In the best malls,
Right.
they have thousands of stores because their margins are crazy.
They're insane.
Like you're buying a $2,000 shirt and like
And it's worth $5.
right.
Because it has a logo on it.
So that's the same with the houses. They only cost so much more extra.
Yeah.
But the location and all these things just add so much, and the revenue for the investor is so much more.
Yeah.
If someone gives you
huge.
another 100,000 over, it's like crazy.
It's crazy. I think the amount of leverage that you're able to get and the amount of return on investment is extremely high in your niche,
And I'll also have a high risk tolerance. So most people wouldn't go all in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always all in. If I have money sitting, I only make $1 when I spend money.
Right.
Every dollar I make is after I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars and borrowed $1 million.
Right.
So if I have money, I'm losing.
Right.
Like if I have 500,000 in my bank, that could be 2 houses that I can make
Yeah.
$1 million.
Put the money out there.
Yeah. So I just keep buying and buying and buying. I
Yeah.
keep a little, obviously, for our operating income, our household
Yeah.
budget, and I also need money to front projects, right? So
Yeah, you need it.
So like at the beginning of a house, I'm doing a $75,000 foundation and a $150,000 frame.
Yeah.
I have to pay for that before the bank gives me money.
How do you decide how much to leverage? So for example,
It's just a feel.
it's just a feel.
Hold your finger up and you just,
Let's see.
That's it.
Let's see where the wind is blowing.
I promise
today.
you, I'm not bringing out a calculator or anything.
Nothing.
It's just you just kind of sense it,
Yeah,
and like
but that's something that you get over time, bro. It's not something that you
right.
need to sense it. You need to.
It's all the reps.
Yep.
I mean, I've done 40 projects.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like you've just been there so many times,
At this point, yeah.
and you can draw from all those experiences. Like, you know, I remember I read this book years ago, and it talked about like gut instinct.
Yeah.
And it said there actually isn't a gut instinct.
What's that mean?
Your body is making a decision based on what you know, but it's just doing it very quickly.
Right.
So you think it's just a gut thing, but it's just drawing from all your experiences. Like,
Quickly.
if you're talking to someone, you're like, I don't trust them. It's not like your gut did something. It's like you've talked to people and they act like that,
Right.
and they weren't being truthful.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's actually just a very quick processing.
Right. Right.
Whereas something that's new to you, it takes you longer to process it. And some people just don't process things fast. Like, I'm not going to call anybody out. One of them might be someone I'm married to. But like, it might take her a day to pick an outfit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I don't even think about it. I walk in, I pick two things. I literally don't even think about it.
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
no thought.
Yeah. Hilarious.
So that's just some people will like selections on the house. Like some
Yeah.
people will like I remember when I was pre-selling houses, someone was like, I was like, you have to give me a floor selection tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I can't because my job. I can't go to the store until like next Thursday. And I'm just like, but we're doing floors now, like.
Yeah.
And then they go to the store and like, oh, we need to go to more stores. And I'm just like, no, like I make a decision immediately
Yeah.
for everything.
Yeah. Damn, dude. That's incredible. I've had a lot of fun on this podcast, man. This has been
Josue, it's been great to meet you, man. You're
Yeah.
great. You're a bright dude. You're an interesting dude.
Yeah.
I know we're gonna be homies.
absolutely.
Beyond like anything we do in business.
Oh, 1,000%, bro. Yeah, 1,000%. How can people send you deals, bro? I mean,
Oh yeah.
they're probably after listening to all this, they're probably gonna want to send you deals. And it's probably very, after everything that you've said, I think you've pretty much outlined your entire criteria. So it'll be
Yep.
extremely easy for someone to decide if they have a property. This is probably not something that Justin's gonna like. It's in Spring Branch, but maybe it's a bad lot, blah blah blah. So you're going after very niche lots.
But the cool thing I've learned is I can maybe flip those deals to somebody else. And
Yeah.
I won't take a fee. I'll just give it to someone else that I know in my network that might be interested in the game, but they just haven't taken the leap yet.
Right.
And I can get, hey, this is in the Woodlands. You live in the Woodlands.
Right.
Take it.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And maybe I can partner with them maybe if they need that. Because sometimes, they might need lending or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
obviously, I can maybe do something with them. But
Absolutely. Yeah. Help more people out.
yeah, so
how can they-
I just made my profile public.
Oh yeah.
It's always been private. It's just
Yeah.
my personal network.
Yeah.
But last week I converted my Instagram to public because one of the guys was like, can I share this reel?
Yeah.
And you couldn't share it because it was private.
Yeah.
So I made it public.
Yeah.
Anyway, so my name is Justin Davis. I'm Justin Davis MBA on Facebook and Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Davis MBA, and that's where you can see all my stuff.
Cool.
And then I have two companies. One's called Harper Harrison Homes. That's my flipping company. And Holland Fine Homes is my new construction.
Nice.
Harper Harrison are our two oldest kids. Holland is our baby. So that's the name, the origin of those names.
Yeah.
Anyway, those each have their own pages where I post all my afters.
Got it.
So for flips, I actually post before and afters. And then on my new construction, I just post the houses that are finished.
Okay.
I don't have anything ugly on those pages.
Yeah. So are they Facebook pages or are they Facebook or Instagram too?
Correct.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so
post
Justin Davis MBA on both, and then Harper Harrison Homes and Holland Fine Homes on both.
Got it. And what's the best way for someone to send you a deal? Maybe just Instagram?
Yeah, just send me a message, yeah.
Instagram? Okay, cool.
And I'll read all the messages.
Yeah.
Maybe not immediately, but I'll read it. Because there's deals that it like has filters and stuff, and I'll read them like a week later or whatever.
Yeah. Cool, man. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. I think we went through everything, and this has been a great podcast. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you get a lot of new lots and new projects, man.
Yeah, well, it'll all come. That's the cool thing about what God's done for me in my life is I wake up so content. Like I'm not pursuing anything. I can't explain to you what that means because, like I said, we talked off camera earlier. I was always pursuing something.
Yeah.
Things that really weren't meaningful, but I thought they were.
Right.
Like I just need to do this. I need to do that. I need to make this much money. I need to go to this place. I need to do all these things that just weren't fulfilling.
Yeah.
And now he just put, this in my heart where like, we don't have to do stuff, we don't have to do anything. And things just come.
It's really valuable, bro.
So obviously I want more lots, but I know that they'll come. I don't you know what I mean? I'm just so grateful for that position.
How do you feel that this sentiment came to be?
I think it's complex because first you can just observe people that you know in your personal network, or observe public figures that you see have it all and not have it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, name the celebrity that's been married their whole life.
Right.
Name the athlete, movie star. It just doesn't happen. Like, they have strife. Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, they all divorced. Like Trump, like no matter what you have, like think about it, they have all the money in the world, but they can't even figure out that.
Right.
And that just shows you, like, and that's not a criticism, because we're all broken. We're all the same. I'm not saying that they're, you know what I'm saying? But my point is, like, clearly, no matter who you are, you have strife.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, so money obviously isn't the answer.
Right.
And then I have the best wife on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
She's just an incredible woman, and she is my rock. I mean, she's very calm. She's the complete opposite of me. She's at peace. She loves our family. Obviously, she teaches our kids the Bible every day. Like, our kids love God. I mean, it's just like, I already won when I woke up.
Yeah.
You know, so everything else is gravy. And then the other part is, I know I don't deserve anything that I have. Like, I've been given so much beyond what I ever deserved, worked hard for. Like, I'm a sinner. Like, I've done just horrible things that if people knew all the things I've done, no one would ever talk to me.
Right.
And God still blesses me immensely.
Right.
So knowing that, it's just like, how can I, like, I can't be puffy about anything. Like, I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
God did it.
God
like,
did.
Yeah, like, completely, like 100%. It's not even like it's a fact.
Yeah.
Like, he chose to give me X talents. He chose to give me X deals. He chose to give me the contractors that I hire and the visions to create these designs, because he is, like, sports.
Yeah.
I don't have any of that.
Yeah.
like if we went right now, we wouldn't play pickleball or golf or basketball. You would be like, "Who is this fool?" Like, you're embarrassing me. Like, you'd be like, "What is wrong with this guy?"
What the hell, bro?
Yeah. So, like, I mean, I know that we all don't have everything.
Yeah.
We have what we have, and God gave it to us, and we need to be grateful for it.
Absolutely. What a great message, bro. That's incredible. Thank you for sharing that. Well, thank you so much for doing this podcast. You guys heard here from Justin. So follow him on Instagram, Facebook, everything, and please send him deals, because I can't wait to see your projects, bro.
Cool.
Maybe we should. Huh?
I was saying, and everything that I've done, that's the other part. Everything that I've done, anybody can do it.
Yeah.
Obviously, if it's within your calling, because clearly everyone isn't called to do it.
Right.
But if you have a sense that you want to do it, you can do it.
Absolutely.
Period.
Absolutely. Believe, and then what was it you said?
I mean, there's just I wish
Believe and then see. Believe and then see.
Like, if you believe, because there's a book called Atomic Habits.
Yeah.
And one of the first chapters, it was really like, most books like end with like the greatness. This one like started with the greatness.
Yeah.
And it talked about, we do what we believe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what we are is based on our habits.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if hypothetically we just eat all the time, then
Mm-hmm.
we're just like an obese person. So we believe that's who we are.
Mm-hmm.
But if we just believe that we're making bad choices and that's not who we are, then we're more likely to get out of that. So, like, I believe whatever I believe. So that's good, but it's also limiting, because
Yeah, that's true.
sports, I think that I'm a terrible athlete.
Right.
So I don't even try to play anything.
Yeah.
But if I just said, I just never tried to do anything, instead of reframing it that way, then there's a great chance that I would do it. And then when I'm doing it, instead of telling myself I'm never going to be good at it, I tell myself, if I work hard enough, I'll be good at it. So it changes everything, because your belief is what changes what you do. So, like,
Where'd you get this from? Atomic Habits?
Atomic Habits.
Really?
Yes, it's you do what you believe.
Mm-hmm.
So, like,
you believe.
if you're a brain surgeon,
Yeah, I don't
like-
think I've read this book.
like, think about, could you cut someone's head open and
Hell no.
right? What would it take? Like, I don't know. Like, but these guys do it every day.
Yeah.
Because they believe they could do it.
Yeah. They went to school for it.
But that thing is different. We're human, they're human, but in their mind, they believe they can cut someone's effing head open
And keep them
with
alive.
precision.
Yeah.
And they're not even worried about it. That's
Yeah.
their life. That's what their job is.
Right.
So that's just a function of, but nothing is different except for their belief.
Right.
Like, someone in the Super Bowl, like, they believe that they can do that. I don't believe I can do that, so I'm not going to do that. But the first step is to believe it.
Mm.
So that's why I'm really big about belief, because we do what we believe.
Right.
So people think that they can't do stuff, and they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
But you can do it. You just haven't done it yet.
What do you believe, Justin?
Oh, man. I believe that we're all sinners. I believe that we have a Lord and Savior that loves us and, gave the ultimate sacrifice so we can have hope and joy and redemption in that.
Mm.
He's given us everything we need just in that alone, because this life is very temporary. And
Yeah.
the life that is eternal is what we're really seeking.
Mm.
I believe in the world there's countless blessings, especially if we appreciate what we have. I think disappointment and sadness and coveting, all these things come from people thinking more of themselves. Um, like, if you think you're supposed to be a billionaire and have 7 wives and have 150 cars, everything you have every day, you're going to be pissed.
Right.
I'm not making an extreme example.
Right.
But if you think, I lived in an apartment for 18 years of my life, I never had a male mentor. I never, I had credit cards until I was 30 something. I had student loans until I was 40. And like, none of those things are even, I can't, you know what I'm saying? That's like I'm on a different planet right now.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Complete different experience.
yeah, but it's not like I'm like, this is what's supposed to happen. I deserve this. And what's next?
Yeah.
I'm like, I won the lottery every day. Like, how do I keep winning the lottery every day?
Yeah.
And that's not to say that there's not stuff that's a problem. Like,
Yeah.
Life is life.
I think that's
But that's not. I'm not focused on the problems.
right. You focus on all the great things in life.
Because there are problems, but I don't focus on the problems. They're temporary. They're fleeting.
Yeah. They're gone.
Outside of life and death.
Right.
Because there's people going through some stuff.
Yeah.
Like if you have a child with terminal illness, or like you have illness, or
That's tough.
you're like life and death. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about everything else that we
Right.
think is a big deal.
Right.
There's nothing that's a big deal that outside of life and death.
Yeah.
Like,
Everything else has
losing a
solutions.
job, like whatever. None of that stuff matters.
Yeah.
Keep it moving.
Keep moving, baby. That's it.
Me losing my job was one of the best things that ever happened to me.
Yeah. You moving into your house was one of the best things that happened to you.
And that was not even intentional.
And you thought it was a huge problem at the time. You were stressing out about it a bit. Oh, man.
It was just a delayed blessing.
Yeah. Incredible. Thank you so much, Justin. I really appreciate your time.
I can sit there all day. I know you have something
Oh,
to do.
no. I don't have anything to do, but I don't know if everyone will keep on listening to
Right.
this.
We'll just do something else in maybe 6 months, maybe.
Absolutely. We'll have to get you back here absolutely in 6 months.
I'll have a different story in 6 months.
Yeah. I can't wait to hear it, bro.
Just when I exit, 7-figure exits.
I can't wait to hear about how much money you made and how blessed you are and how you're impacted and helping others.
Sweet.
Yeah. Thank you so much, man.
Appreciate you, my man.